What is going on, everybody? Paul here, coming at you with a crypto coffee update that is ever so slightly different than the ones before. So, for the first time in well over a year, I'm going to be taking a vacation. That's right, I'm going to be gone for a few days. So, what I went ahead and did is do the crypto coffee update for this episode and the next all in one fell swoop. So we will be covering October 10th, Wednesday, all the way down to October 14th, Sunday. So got a lot of stuff to talk about, some very relevant news, but don't worry, I'll still be on Discord and available, and our regularly scheduled programming will resume post-vacation. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the simultaneous sip and check out the news and happenings of the day. So bottoms up. Alright, I'm energized, caffeinated, and good to go, and it seems so is the Middle East portion of the world. The first central bank-backed crypto exchange is going to launch there in 2019, which is exciting for the relatively untapped market in the middle of the planet. Geographically speaking, they're not in the actual center. But anyway, two blockchain veterans are gearing up to launch what very well could be the first regulated crypto exchange in the Persian Gulf with a central bank license. Two individuals, one from Saudi Arabia and one from Egypt, two areas that aren't particularly known in the region for their crypto enthusiasm, have met up and decided to launch Rain Financial, which is based in Bahrain. Crypto investors are curious and, quote, waiting for the right regulations to be in place and the right partners, and we are here to fill this demand with institutional grade infrastructure, end quote. And that's coming from one of the co-founders of the Rain platform. And this has attracted individuals from all around the world, not least of which Jimmy Song and Cumberland Mining founder Mike Komaransky, keeping an eye on the Middle East projects. And this was a long time coming. After months of observation, talking with regulators, and checking out Western exchanges to see what precedents work and what may not in the region, they finally are rolling out the exchange in the nation of Bahrain. And you can see here, compared to their other Middle East nation counterparts, quote, Bahrain is a really advanced and progressive regulator in the region, end quote. And it's kind of hard to overstate exactly how untapped this market is. Being that the entire Islamic world is governed under Sharia law, more or less, it's very interesting to see just how homogenous this kind of culture moves. While Saudi Arabia traded just $266,000 worth of Bitcoin, Argentina, which is going through some economic turmoil, saw around 7 million worth of Bitcoins transacted in the same time frame. So definitely a lot of room to grow in the Middle East. And we're starting to see that kick up now. Dubai is set to introduce cryptocurrency payments, not just for one portion, but for the entirety of the city. Dubai is going to enable its citizens and residents to make digital payments for retail purchases, bills, and even school fees. And this is coming on the backs of a partnership with Pundi X, which helped Dubai to launch EM Credit. Turns out it's actually backed by the Dubai Credit Bureau and two blockchain firms. A spokesman from EM Credit was quoted saying, quote, to be the world's first city to offer blockchain-based payment solutions to our residents is an exciting moment for Dubai. It confirms Dubai's status as an international tech hub. Deploying cutting-edge technologies such as blockchain is a key priority and is delivering benefits to our citizens in the forms of convenience and securities to customers and merchants across Dubai. As said, with a relatively homogeneous culture and an extremely homogeneous judicial system, it is amazing to see just potentially how quickly crypto adoption can spread like wildfire across the Middle East. We've discussed previously on this channel Iran and some of its economic turmoil, and how we've seen a positive correlation between economic issue like that and rise in crypto usage. And this may be in no small part thanks to some information we talked about earlier this year, where Stellar Lumens was ruled Sharia compliant, and so now they have essentially a blockchain that is a-okay to use in the Muslim world, and from the looks of things, they were the first to do so. So definitely exciting to see the expanding nature of crypto usage and adoption all around the world now. About a quarter of the world away, Japan has appointed a new Minister of Science, Technology, and IT, and he has an impressive history in terms of crypto involvement. Also wanted to point out the little snippet at the bottom here. Japanese crypto industry got a major boost when the Prime, I didn't know Optimus Prime had such an integral role in Japanese government, but given the whole Gundam thing, kind of makes sense. But let's go ahead and see what's going on with this new minister. Gentleman by the name of Hirai, one of the key figures for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, was appointed to his role effective immediately. Turns out this is the same gentleman who previously worked with the Financial Services Authority of Japan to help to draft some of the crypto regulation that is now in effect in the country. We talked just a few episodes ago about the recent Zafe hack in Japan and how government officials are looking into it, and the FSA is attempting to handle the situation to the best of its ability, and it seems the proceedings are the direct result of Hirai's efforts. Another individual, Toshihide Endoa, was appointed to the chief of the FSA in July and made it clear that these regulations aren't going away and, quote, "We have no intention to curb the crypto industry excessively. We would like to see it grow under appropriate regulation," end quote. Only time will tell what degree of regulation is indeed appropriate, and that may change from region to region. However, so far so good it seems in the nation of Japan. Moving south, Australia is going to be trialing citizen disability insurance payments on the blockchain. That's pretty neat. Expanding upon that, the NDIS was selected as a first case study for a proof of concept, and it's going to allow individuals in Australia on disabilities to use what's called, quote, smart money to integrate with Australia's new payment platform. It's argued that this new national payment system will allow for real-time, low-value payments to be transacted with relative ease. The proof of concept already has gotten some nice feedback, and CBA head of experimentation in blockchain, Sophie Gilder, says that this is a great way for citizens to remain empowered and see care providers with fewer administration costs, all under greater visibility from the government. And after all, isn't that what crypto's all about? Being under the watchful eye of the government, guys? And switching gears to the last article of the day, more free market activity. Bitcoin mining firms are seeing record revenues, but little profit, and probably in no small part due to the bear market. From the research firm Dier, a firm that we've dealt with a few times on this channel, sometimes they're right on point with their analyses, other times they're a little off base, analyzing variables that may or may not be explicitly pertinent to the crypto scene, but that's neither here nor there. It seems that this study was done in a ship-shape manner, everything looks good, and it says that while Bitcoin remains 40% higher than a year ago, miners have achieved record revenues of $4.7 billion. Looking good. However, due to things like energy and competition, profitability is shrinking, but of course nowhere close to unprofitable by any means. At scale, that's the big issue. It seems that the current situation favors larger mining pools, so think entities like Bitmain, whereas smaller miners are struggling to survive. And now I'm going to read a quote from the report, and you can make your own judgments about the quality of the writing that's undertaken from DR. Quote, "It's unlikely then that the recent tapering out of the hash power to last. With big mining operations on low electricity costs running at anywhere between 50 to 60% gross profit from Bitcoin revenues, the market has a lot of room left to grow and profits to squeeze. But Bitcoin mining has, at least for now, and most likely in the future, moved into the court of bigger players with deep pockets." End quote. Not the most semantically articulated sentence, but nonetheless, the data and information is conveyed just fine, so from the looks of things, it's a big player's game, but it's not always been the case, and if history is any precedent, this may not last into perpetuity. With that said, one thing that's going to be perpetuated is my beach trip. Excited about that, but for now, we're going to be rolling into the happenings and events for Wednesday, October 10th. Blockchain and Bitcoin conference is kicking off in Belarus. That's that rolling conference we talk about that goes from nation to nation. Next up, we got Paris Blockchain Day, the first ever official Parisian Blockchain Day. So that's exciting. Let me know what you think of this below in the comments. Do you think perhaps in the future we're going to see more nations and more major global cities starting to host their own blockchain and crypto conferences in an effort to attract the best talent? I could see that being a reasonable future, but what do you guys think? Next up, we have the World Knowledge Forum 2018 in Seoul, BlockCon 2018 in LA, the Future of Blockchain Conference happened in Dallas, Texas, Blockchain Technology World in Singapore, and the Free State Blockchain Conference is going on in New Hampshire. That's all for Wednesday, October 10th. Moving on to Thursday, October 11th, we have the Blockchain Fair Asia 2018 in the Philippines, Blockchain Shift in Miami, and the Game Industry Conference is happening in Poland, attended by EnjinCoin, the crypto for gaming. Next up, we have October 12th, Friday, and the Neo Creative Design Competition. Very artistic stuff going on there. That's all I could find for Friday, and couldn't find anything for October 13th, Saturday, so seems to be a relatively quiet Friday and Saturday, but I did find a conference happening in Japan for October 14th, Sunday, and that is the Blockchain Unbound conference kicking off in Tokyo. That's all for conferences and events for the long list that I've compiled. And of course, we have the B list below in the description. This is a relatively long episode compared to some of the other ones, so not a lot of time to talk about everything and anything under the sun. So make sure to check that out below. After all, you never know when something may be happening with a coin that maybe flew under your radar. And if there's anything you know of that flew under my radar, please let me know below in the comments. We're all in this together, and it's a group effort. I appreciate every comment. I read every one, so thank you so much for your support and feedback. After all, it would just be me talking into a microphone without you guys. So much love. I'm going to enjoy my vacation. I hope you guys get some awesome rest and relaxation as well. I'll talk to y'all as soon as I get back. But for now, thanks again for your support, guys. My name is Paul. We are Cryptide, and remember, the tide is rising. And soon will be my levels of relaxation.